taking apart the dash here, and look at these cool lights. Like, these are just really weird looking, cool, the way they're set in. They just kind of turn and they come out. I thought that was kind of neat. And I'm taking it all apart. It's got a little box here, and I've got this. I mean, the cluster is okay, but it's all fogged out. I could probably repair it, and I could fix some stuff, but I'm not really sure. It's all cracked, and there's some really bad spots. So I'm going to end up running like a vintage air system for it anyways. So I'm just going to take out the whole dash. I'm going to figure out what I want to do originally. You know, I want to get it kind of on the road and running a bit. And with the way it's sitting, like, it's really not going to be comfortable to move around much if all this stuff's kind of dangling and rattling. So I'm just going to take it down. I'm going to get it down, get the whole dash out, and go from there. You got a little mouse nest right there. I mean, it's just kind of gross, and I don't really want to breathe that stuff in down while I'm driving. But just kind of methodically go through, try not to break anything, because there's somebody out there, I'm sure, with a AMC something or other that would want this stuff, and I'll go from there. I also need to get a windshield eventually, so we'll go from there. Gonna pull this old shifter off. It's a couple of 8mm bolts, which is kind of funny. This car is kind of odd that way. It's got a bunch of little things. So 8mm bolts, gonna pull this shifter off, and then I'll keep going work on the dash. I was bored trying to figure out how to take all the dash parts about without cutting things, and so I'll look at it in just a second once I get this off, and then move on from there. Alrighty, so that's what behind the dash looks like. It was unbearable trying to get this bolt and this other bolt down here off. Damn near threw my shoulder out, it felt like. Just doing the same rotation over again in like a 1 inch period, 1 inch space. I'm sure you guys all know what that's like. So got the, basically got everything that I kind of need to take off. I'm gonna take the rest of this stuff off. It's just jacked. Like everything on it's cracked and broken pretty much along the entire run where the air goes. And so it's just not worth saving. And I've always wanted to kind of make my own dash, and I think I'm gonna make one for this and run some gauges and everything, just kind of do something cool. It's my car, I don't really care if it matches what it's supposed to look like. Eventually gonna need a new headliner, well, that's pretty obvious. And back seat, I don't know if these are original seats for this car or not, to figure that out. But making some big progress, so I'm gonna start tearing some wire out, and I'll get you a little video once all that's done. Well, I got pretty far. We got the heater box, the core, the air conditioning unit, most of the wiring, got the center console, all that stuff out, and I just got some more wires I got to pull through and get out. I'm buying a new steering column, I'm sorry, and it's going to be a tilt and telescope, and it'll have a lot of the stuff that I need wired into it already. I'll just wire it to the units, but mostly it's pretty good. There's not too much damage. I'm going to clean it up a bit because I got to fill some holes in some spots and call out a night, I think, for tonight. Alrighty, well, night 2, as you can see, that's everything that came out of the javelin. I kept actually everything mostly intact. It kind of looks like it's all rambled up, but I actually took everything out pretty carefully, so I guess if somebody wanted any of this old javelin stuff, they can have it, but I got the whole thing pretty much cleaned out. Got a couple of holes in the wall, and I found a little friend. I don't know if you guys can see that, but look, a little guy there. He's a friend of mine now. So, got the whole dash cleaned out. Basically everything I want to remove. This is like the taillight stuff. So now I'm gonna actually measure. I'm gonna measure and get a steering column for this, because I'm a big guy and I already sat in this a couple times, and it's gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass to get in and out of without like a tilt steering wheel or telescoper. So I'm gonna measure, and I'm gonna go get one, mount that in. But then next steps will be get the rest of the engine bay cleaned out as best I can. Maybe hit it with some paint. I already kind of painted some of the rust so it wouldn't keep rusting. But I'm just gonna tighten everything that needs to be tightened so I can easily get to it now. I was taking apart the brakes already once, and the suspension pieces were pretty loose, so I need to get little tiny lines made so they fit, because they don't fit with this new master cylinder I've got for it. And then I'm gonna put the engine back in and get this fucker running. Well, there's the steering column. I got that out. I'm gonna put a tilt steering column in there, so I had to take this sucker out. It is a pain in the ass to get out, but the impact helped a lot, so I got that out. And then I gotta repair some rubber in some spots too as well. Just got a little torn out when I was pulling everything out, but there you go. And that's how it mounts. So it's got a little under strap mount that kind of bolts up right there.
So once that's on, it kind of holds it all into place, and that gasket kind of helps with vibration, or helps with noise. And then these little pads I noticed, I was trying to figure out how this is put together, because I know on some cars they got this little felt strip or something. This has a little foam pad almost that sticks between it. It's kind of a compression joint. Prevents it from vibrating, which is kind of cool. So it's actually got the original steering wheel on it. I was looking online and I compared it with the steering wheels that come on the Javelins, and this one is the original. So I'm going to keep that and kind of clean it up hopefully a little bit. But I'm going to call that a night. I kind of got everything I need accomplished. I'm going to just kind of clean up a little bit of the fuzz and stuff before I start patching some holes where I need to. And I'm going to run down to Portland. There's a guy that sells tilt column steering wheels, and I've been measuring, and I'm still having a hard time figuring out exactly how to measure it. I know they tell me from like the joint, but I mean, I don't know. Somebody maybe could tell me someday how this is held together there. I assume it's just pressed on, but I don't know. So I've got just unbolted it from the box, so just made it easier. But yeah, not gonna go with the column shifter anymore that it's got on there. And Bob's your uncle. Alrighty. Like and subscribe if you like the video, and hope to put some more on stuff online here soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.